Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Your only source to see if those games really were as good as everything else that's out there. Welcome to September 1982, where we were last playing The Rolling Tunnels on the Apple II. A really cool game, mixing genres together. Let's see what else we got coming out in September. Coming up next is Tooth Invaders on the Commodore VIC-20. I'm not familiar with this one. This happens to be the very first dental hygiene or anything involving anything with dental with video games ever. So I'm familiar with some other ones that we're gonna see later, but this one is the first. It's Tooth and look at that guy on the front of the box. It's a game that sparkles with arcade-style action. That's what's more, moms and dentists love it for teaching proper dental care. You're the superhero Plaque Man. Oh, there he is, Plaque Man. Terrible, just terrible. And it's up to you to defeat the dreaded enemy, DK, at all 9 levels of play. Tooth Invaders is a challenge that will keep you amused for hours. This is definitely a game you can sink your teeth into. Oh, the puns. This game has been reviewed by the American Dental Association. No way. The ADA takes place in this game? I don't see anything on the front of the box. So besides that, we also are going to see this in cartridge form. Very well done. I like that when we play on the Commodore VIC-20. It's so cool. And then we have an example of the screenshot. I see sources that sometimes say this is released around 1981, but that box was technically the one that comes out in 1983. So the very first time it was ever available was here in 1982. How do you play Tooth Invaders? There he is, Plaque Man. Another superhero. Now, where's the American Dental Association? It says it on the front, but I don't see the official seal. I'm going to look for that. So it explains here how to start the game like most of the games on the Commodore VIC-20. It's a one-player game designed to be with a joystick, so we got our joystick plugged into our VIC-20. And as usual, the VIC-20 says how to adjust your screen position and also eliminate screen flutter. Must be a big deal on the Commodore VIC-20. The object of the game is to eliminate all the plaque. DK, the plaque germ, has formed on all tooth surfaces, including in between the teeth. This must be accomplished using the toothbrush to clean the tooth surfaces. Oh my gosh. This is also the first video game that's meant to be educational arcadey. Well, we've seen educational arcadey, but nothing that's involving hygiene, you know, like health and nutrition. There's been no video game we've seen that's done that, actually targeting, you know, a younger audience. Just crazy. Maybe they do, Manly. I don't know. DK forms plaque on all tooth surfaces, including in between teeth. The object is to clean away all the plaque DK has formed. What's DK short for? It doesn't say what it is. Is it Donkey Kong? Donkey Kong is going to come in the game? Plaque Man uses a toothbrush and fluoride toothpaste to remove plaque from tooth surfaces. He also uses dental floss to remove the plaque that DK drops on surfaces in between teeth. Until now, all video gamers had no idea what dental hygiene was. Now, this game will educate us all. Plaque Man uses the toothbrush to clean away all tooth surfaces. The toothbrush is not effective on clean surfaces. In between the teeth, you have to switch from toothbrush to floss. And when you clean, Plaque Man must be careful to avoid colliding with DK. If he does, Plaque Man will be eliminated and carried away by a balloon. Wasn't expecting that. So 2 warning signs to know if a tooth is decaying. You'll hear a beeping sound, and then it'll turn bright green. The game ends when Plaque Man all Plaquemen are eliminated, or when all 4 teeth have been decayed and disappear. Wait, so how do you delete? Oh, when all your lives go away. Okay, so we really can't beat up DK. We can catch him, and when the tooth is totally clean, it will sparkle. You have 10 seconds to stop to earn bonus points by catching and eliminating DK. Okay, so we can. Listen for the music. When it stops, your chasing time's over, and DK can now eliminate you once again. And the fun never ends. When 4 more remaining teeth are clean and blinking, you'll move on to the next skill level. Oh my goodness. So there's our points. You got to know what they are in 1982. Everybody's all about the points. And then some other games. Great games by Commodore. Do we have anything else for Plaque Man? Yeah, we just have 2 different versions. Let's pop in that cartridge and play Tooth Invaders by Commodore Business Machines at sometime in September 1982. Such a bizarre concept. All right, so we get a nice little splash screen showing us how to play. I'm just going to push the trigger and go. Very nice. There I am, Plaque Man. Moving around on the screen, and I'm cleaning the tooth. Oh, here he comes. DK's coming for me. So avoid DK. Oh, he got something in between. So notice my toothbrush doesn't clean it off. I got to switch to my floss. That's my floss to get in between the teeth. What a bizarre... Wait a second, the screen's scrolling. Whoa, wait. I thought it was only playing on that one screen. I guess that makes sense because we didn't see all of the teeth. We have to be able to see everything. Essentially, I'm just doing a giant cleanup job. This is the longest it's ever taken me to brush my teeth. Oh, he touched me. So if DK touches you, you fly off in a balloon. And it's not Donkey Kong, so what does DK stand for? Did anyone say in the chat already? It does look like I'm holding a flag instead of a toothbrush. But all I'm doing is, I'm not even using the button on my VIC-20 joystick. I just move around, brush some teeth, get away from DK. There is different skill levels it showed us on the splash screen right before we started. Now, why didn't this one sparkle? Let's see if we can get... Yes, sparkle! Go get him! So I'm going to run after and see if I can get DK. Yes! We can wipe him out! Defeat gum disease by the dreaded gingivitis. I just feel like I'm doing a monotonous task. This couldn't have been fun for kids. Oh, I'm still flashing. Nice. Oh, I can get it. Can I get him again? What? Oh, I gotta hear the music. So even if it's flashing, I cannot take care of DK. Oh, decay, like tooth decay. Thanks, Brian. I see. The puns are flying right over my head. So it looks like he can't touch that tooth. That's cool. So now we move on to the next one. And I don't think this really has a victory. This is a score attack style game, which is, you know, the norm. But let's see if we can get this one to power up. Yes. Okay, we got the music. Go for DK. But this essentially means I'm just going to play this over and over again. And I could try different skill levels, make it a little bit more difficult. But you get the concept. This is very impressive. I got another one. This is the easiest skill level. You can see how well I'm doing. I can just imagine maybe a 5-year-old playing it, because all you got to do is move the joystick around. This is pretty cool, though, being able to scroll around freely. A screen that is kind of like a top-down style view. And we're not really seeing him completely from the top down, but it's essentially the games that we rarely see on home computers, like the ones that Crystalware made, where you're able to wander around freely like this. So action-wise, it has the elements of Pac-Man, because, you know, you do something to get a power-up, and then now you can turn the tables on the dreaded tooth decay. Yeah, we need more dentist puns. Now it's like I'm in the disco. The tooth disco. Oh, my music went away, so I won't be able to take care of... Oh, he got me again. How many lives do I have left? They must be really generous if my lives are in the top right side of the screen. Yes. It takes you this long to brush your teeth. Oh, there you go. So game over was the first round. But yeah, we got the gist. So there you go. There's Tooth Invaders. I was expecting Space Invaders with a name like that, but I guess not. So of all the games you could play right now on a home computer... Honestly, it's not that bad for a game that's encouraging, you know, health and nutrition for your teeth. I gotta say, above average, about 3.5 stars for everything so far. Because gameplay-wise, you're moving around the joystick just like Pac-Man style controls, but it has the ability to move freely around. I see 3, 2.5. Oh yeah, subpar. I'm seeing from the chat. So 2.5 from everything we can see so far. Gameplay-wise, though, it has the elements and it has the polish of a very good game. Yeah, I'm seeing mostly subpar coming from the chat. I'll say average then. 3 stars everything so far that you could play right now on a home computer. Tooth Invaders. How much did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it enough to play it on the Commodore 64? Let's see if Tooth Invaders is any different or plays anything different than the Commodore VIC-20 version. So here we go. This is the box of Tooth Invaders on the Commodore 64. Look, there he is, Pac-Man. Ready to fight? This reminds me of a bunch of the dumpster games we're going to be playing on the Atari 2600. But here it is on a home computer. I can't believe it. There we go. So Commodore 64. Who played this one? Looks like Bartoman did from the chat. And there's another cartridge we're going to pop into our Commodore 64. Very nice. And just like I said on the VIC-20, that box that we saw was the 1983 version of the box. The first time you could ever play this was in 1982. It was released a few different ways. And let's see if we have the same manual that we did on the VIC-20. Shows us how to start the game, insert the cartridge, turn on your Commodore 64. It's a one-player game, just like on the VIC-20. You select the skill level, just like on the VIC-20. You eliminate all the plaque. DK the plaque germ formed on tooth surfaces. This must be accomplished using the toothbrush to clean tooth surfaces and dental floss. To clean surfaces in between the teeth, special care must be avoided to avoid colliding with DK. If you do, you'll be eliminated. hunt decay from the plaque germ, detect decaying tooth, and then you can press the action button. Oh, it's different, to change the standard screen to the zoom screen. This will give you a close-up view that you have to use for brushing and flossing. The tooth on which Plaquemine appears in the standard screen will be the same tooth he appears on the zoom screen. So there's two views on this one. DK forms plaque on tooth surfaces, including the surfaces in between teeth, so you have to clean away them using the toothbrush and the floss. You use the toothbrush, fluoride toothpaste, and the dental floss to remove plaque that DK drops in between teeth. Plaquemine uses a toothbrush to clean tooth surfaces. Fluoride toothpaste must be added to energize the brush. This is done by passing the toothbrush through the toothpaste. What? They're making you work even harder for the game? It will not clean away the plaque from the tooth surfaces if you don't get the toothpaste and the toothbrush. Why? Why would you include that as a feature? And then we have the floss power. You have to be careful to avoid decay. Do we have the decay alert? Yeah, if a tooth is decaying, you'll hear a bonging sound. A small tooth at the bottom of the screen will turn color, like green, like it did on the VIC-20. And then the game ends when all your Plaquemine are eliminated. You can also get a totally clean tooth that'll sparkle. And yeah, so the fun never ends. It's just like it did on the Commodore VIC-20. Oh man, it's just crazy. All right, let's pop in and play Tooth Invaders on the Commodore 64 at sometime in September 1982. Yeah, where is the mouthwash? Don't eat the squid, I don't know. We're going to do again skill level 1, pushing trigger on my Commodore, and we're in. For this one, I'm going to raise up the volume just a little bit. Same sound, but they're using the Pokey chip, or not the Pokey chip, they're using the SID chip for the Commodore 64. So we got something better. So there I am, look, Plaquemine. So we're in view number 1, and if I push the button, I just zoom in, but oh, I didn't bring my toothpaste. Okay, so it's different. You gotta get your toothbrush. You go pick up the toothbrush, and this is down to switch to floss, I guess. How do you... Oh, you zoom in, and then we can... Oh, wait, no, we gotta do the toothpaste. Man, they have steps for this. How do we get the toothpaste on there? Did I get it? Okay, I got it. Okay, so you just brush over the toothpaste, and I think we touched DK, yeah, so now we died. So honestly, the way that this is programmed is very impressive. For a home computer title, being able to freely scroll, flipping screens, and using elements of picking up power-ups is great, but the concept is where it's boring or drags it down. So yeah, the concept of let's go over to the toothpaste, yeah, get the toothpaste, then zoom in and then clean teeth. And look, yeah, it's freely scrolling just like it did on the VIC-20. We're really zoomed in this time though. They're cutting off part of the screen. DK's moving a lot faster too. Let's see if we can switch. So this means I gotta zoom out. I gotta go back to the toothbrush, drop the toothbrush off. There we go. Then after I drop it off, then go pick up the floss. Go in, and now I can floss in between. Whoa, that is so tedious. It's really it's trickier than it is on the VIC-20 now. If I was a kid in 1982, I wouldn't even want to brush now. Be like, Mom, it's too hard. You saw how difficult it was on the Commodore 64. It just takes too long. I don't want to have to brush my teeth. Can I even go? Yeah, you can scroll all the way across. But as long as your toothbrush is flashing from the fluoride toothpaste. Wow, they made a concept that was an interesting idea, even more complicated. No, they didn't. The tongue is not even a part of this. Oh man, there should be a shaving game, Errol, if we see one later. And notice how the teeth are changing color. If decay goes around them longer, look, it's going from gray. Oh yeah, our teeth are definitely decaying. I'll stop there. So just like the Commodore VIC-20, the way this is programmed is pretty cool. Freely scrolling 2D, moving around the screen. It's just not an action title. It's something that most people wouldn't want to play. So I gotta say, of all the games so far on a home, I'm gonna say the same as average. 3 stars for Tooth Invaders and for the VIC-20 version. Both Commodore and the VIC-20. If this was a different kind of game, like an action game, like we're running around with a spear or something, yeah, 3 for nostalgia. But I'm putting this perspective, everything else you could be playing on a home computer. It would be enjoyable because of the gameplay, but the theme is just terrible. Yeah, I'm seeing still around average and in subpar too. So if you grew up with this one, please tell me down below in the comments your terrible experience with not wanting to brush your teeth or play Tooth Invaders. Yes, there's better things we're going to see later. But you got to admit, on the Commodore 64, this is pretty good. This is programmed very well for a Commodore 64 game. Yeah, that's right, Chiptune. We may see this game in the future. Coming up next, our release on the Apple II is Track Attack. Let's take a look at Track Attack, starting with the box. This is Broderbund's 24th game we've seen here on the show, including all the ports. A high-res action game by Chris Jochumsen. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but when we saw him do the game Arcade Machine, the Arcade Machine, the one you could design your own like Galaxian game. So this one is fresh off the heels of that one. His next game is Track Attack. This program teaches you how to rob trains. Straight up, I love it. A small railroad yard somewhere between Elizabeth, New Jersey and Johannesburg. Gold's being loaded on the Broderbund Express for shipment to San Rafael, California. The railroad yard is large and patrolled by the old Phantom Watchman and his 52 DeSoto. You're driving a souped-up 86 Pierce Apple with special gear rigged to the front, which allows you to bash your way through sides of boxcars and disappear with their contents on the other side. Your mission is to ram the boxcars, steal the gold, jump the train, commandeer the engine, pick up the stolen gold, and cart it away. The Phantom Watchman's mission is to stop you, and he's very good at what he does. Good luck. Disclaimer, Broderbund software accepts no responsibility for losses or damages incurred by the world's railroads as a result of this educational package. How is this educational? Neither funds nor training have been provided to Broderbund by any terrorist organization for the development of this package. It requires $32K on, oh, this looks like this is the back of the Atari one. We're playing the Apple II version first. Do we have any other artwork for Track Attack? Take a look at the front of the box, though. Is anyone seeing this? Doesn't that kind of look like the DeLorean? There is no such thing as Back to the Future yet, either. So I guess that's what we're going to be driving. Is this the way it's framed, flying out of the train? Because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to fly through boxcars like that. Yeah, it does sound very complex, but we've seen other games by Broderbund that are like that. There's the ad you would have seen in magazines for the time. Apple Panic, we've already seen. Space Quarks, we have not yet. Genetic Drift, though, yes. Very well done Space Zap game. And there is Track Attack down the bottom right. With an example of the screenshot, let's pop in and play some Track Attack by Broderbund. It's sometime in September 1982. So for this, I'm going to speed it up because we're going to go past the cracked screen, and I don't want to wait for anything to load. We're not giving you the true 1982 loading computer experience. There we go. Now, what we see right here, can everyone just realize how amazing this is? What you're seeing is the second game mode. This technically has 3 game modes. We most likely will not see this game mode, but I'm glad they're showing it here so you can witness what's happening. This is, after you have stolen some of the gold bars, you have the ability on your car to jump from your car to the moving train. When you do, it switches to a side-scrolling platform game. Look at the sprite. Look at the character that's moving. And then if you get to the front, like they did here on the cutscene, then you jump on the train and you commandeer the train. Now you can control the train on the tracks rather than your car. It's amazing. And just bear in mind, the only other 2D scrolling game we've seen on a home computer was Pogo Man. Everything else that's out there is available in like the arcade. Think Jungle King. So like there's not a lot of there's very few 2D scrolling. This is so impressive. Now I don't think we're gonna be able to get that far to be able to play it myself though. It's very tricky to get to that second game mode. So the main game mode is going to be playing like we'll see the first one. That'll be the most that we'll see. But then after that, the second game mode is the 2D scrolling mode. And then after that, then it turns into you controlling the train from the top down. Okay, so here we go. We're starting off with a top-down view of everything on the fixed screen. So nothing's going to change here. And as soon as it boots up into the game, then we can control a car that can move around the screen. All right, here we go. All right, so we're in. I'm controlling the white car at the top of the screen, and as I move around, there we go. I just stole one of the gold bars of the track, and now I'm going to make my way back to the bottom to collect it. But I have to avoid the green car. Don't go into the green. This is so strange, though, because the joystick for the Apple II is not responding. Only the keyboard is working for me. So I wasn't able to get the controls to work correctly. I also don't hear any sound whatsoever. It's like they didn't program the sound in. Let's see if I can get out of this loop. Yeah, it's not... The control seems not as responsive, but you can definitely see the vibes of the game Head-On. Oh, there we go. Now we got some of the farts after I turn in my gold. And you see it shows up at the top. The top right of the screen shows all the gold that you've turned in. So anyway, it is Head-On for the first mode, and you move around the track trying to avoid that green car, make sure he doesn't steal your gold. But then you're trying to make a steal. There you go. Got another steal of the last car of the train. And then you got to make your way back to the bottom right of the screen. If you do, then that adds up a surplus of gold. Over on the far left side is where you can try to attempt to jump on the train. But this is if we can get our gold back. Looks like the car stole it from us. I know it did the explosion sound, but notice how the sound is very lacking in the game itself. And the reason why I say it's difficult to get to the second game mode is I've tried it so many times in playtests over on the left side, far left side trying to jump on, because there's only one video I've seen of someone that had cheats turned on where they were able to get the car to go and leave the car and jump on the train. Every other time I've seen someone play the game, so there we got 2 gold bars. Oh, we crashed that time. So every time I see anybody else play the game, though, they're not able to get on the train. All they do is show this mode the entire time. So everyone thinks that this is the only mode. So there we go. We got 3 gold bars. Let's see if we can attempt, because you have to time your car with the train on the left side. It's extremely difficult. And that's true, Curtis. It also might be that as well. Let's see if it lets me put in my high score of 118. All right, so that's the farthest I'll play of Track Attack on the Apple II, and I want to go ahead and say, because I couldn't play the later game mode, if I could, I want to see what it's like to experience the 2D, the scrolling platformer. But I'm going to say 3.5 stars for now. If anyone is able to help me out or show me how I can do get to that game mode to play it, then we'll check it out. All right, in the meantime, we also have the release of Track Attack on the Atari home computer. This port came out next. Let's check it out. So again, the box looks pretty familiar. In fact, we even looked at the back of the Atari box in the last one. It is us flying through, picking up some gold from the train. Flip it over the back, and it should look identical. Yeah, it's the same one that we had on the Apple II. So Track Attack has some really cool front of the box, though. Broderbund did a very well done job. Here's another ad you would have seen for the time. Some of the games we've already checked out were Dueling Digits, David's Midnight Magic, Choplifter, Insanely Good. That one should be actually at the top of the stack. We haven't seen Serpentine yet. We had a reference to it in the chat last episode. Then Star Blazer, I believe we've already seen that one, and Labyrinth. So the only one we're missing here, I think, is Serpentine that we haven't seen from that ad. With a little screenshot for you. So this one has a different version than a cracked version. We're going to pop it in play. Track Attack by Bill Hooper, ported over by the Solitaire Group, published by Broderbund at sometime in September 1982. Yeah, I know, right? All you do is the same box and then just put a sticker on for each port. Makes it easy, right? There was another really good game we played by the Atari Program Exchange that was a top-down view like Rally X or Head-On, but it was called Getaway, and that was really, really impressive. So check out Getaway if you like that the top-down view. So this one starts the same as the Apple II. This game mode we probably won't see, but it's a 2D scrolling platformer. You're jumping from train to train. Such a cool idea. I really would love to see that game mode. Let's try it. Here we go. Pushing start, and we're in. All right, so I'm controlling the blue car this time. The enemy is the green car. The train that's moving around is completely random. So I picked up 1 gold bar. From what I've read, I can just cash this 1 gold bar in, and then now I can try to make an attempt to jump. So you have to get the train to show up over here on the far left side where my blue car is. If I am lined up with the blue car and the train on the left side, I should be able to make the jump to the train. Darn, and it got the crash on me. I was going to try it there. That's true. It does not. Now we got some really good sounds coming from the Atari home computer. Actual train sounds. All right, so steal another bar from the track, or from the box car, and then we're going to make our way back to the bottom, cash it in. You can only do one at a time, too. So you see, I just sold another one. We'll go ahead and cash the second one in. Let's see if this one... Oh, let's see if the train goes. Oh, let's see. Come on, keep going. Go around, go around, go around. Darn, so I didn't get a chance to jump on it. So you have to be able to make the jump on the last box car sometime. See, I tried that again. It still didn't work. It's supposed to be you push the only button on your Atari VCS joystick to make the jump. But I haven't been able to attempt it. As far as I'm concerned, it does not work. All right, we'll go cash in another bar over here. Make sure you avoid the train, because if you've already turned in one of the... Oh, it got me. If you've already turned in one of the bars, that was a fast game over. It'll crash into the train. A very overly ambitious title. There's been several games that do stuff I'm so surprised of, but usually the delivery is off. So that's why I'd love to see what the control is like for the platformer. Pogo Man was pretty well done. It was really good. I was impressed when we played that. Oh man, it got me again. And sometimes I forget I'm playing head-on. I gotta watch out for the other car. But mixing games together is really awesome. So you would find enjoyment in this one. Definitely worth the, I'd say, 3.5 star rating. If I could find out what the platforming feels like, I'd rate it higher. But tricky to pin down that second game mode. And then after that, even if you can get to the second game mode, then you also have the option of the third game mode. If you make it to the front of the train, then you get to control the train and move the train around, collecting more gold bars. So lots of variety here. Really, really nice. Still sticking to 3, Bartleman says in the chat. Yeah, I can see myself getting used to this because the concept of going around and stealing gold from a train is a cool idea. All right, let's see if we can make our way over here. Turn in one of the gold bars. Can I jump? No, it didn't make the jump there. I think the only place that you can jump onto the train is on the left side. Go on over this way. We'll grab another one. But I love the ambition. Really, really cool that they incorporated multiple genres into one game. Darn, see, and you also have to figure out the timing of where the train's going to go. It's all random. Oh, raising the score just a little bit, Errol says in the chat. Yeah, this one does feel a little bit better than the Apple II. The other thing that's a little complicated is with head-on, you know everyone's going to be on a road to avoid. Here, you have to concentrate on one object, the train that's on tracks to avoid, but then another object, the car, which is on the road to avoid. So you can see the car just stole a gold bar. The car changed to gold, and now I can go turn this in, but now, oh, okay, the car just returned one of the gold bars back on the train. So it's working against us. Okay, got it. Looking good. Let's cash it in. And then let's see, can I, no, still can't jump on. Let's see if we can do it. I don't think we can do it here. Yeah, it has to be on the edge. So you have to get your timing right. Come on, go, go, go. Oh, I did it. I did it. I don't believe it. Wait, what happened? I'm controlling, wait, now I'm just controlling the train. I'm picking up the gold bar. So it switched to game mode 2. I don't believe it. So I didn't jump on the train and it didn't go into the side-scrolling platformer. Oh, but if the car hits us, then we blow up. Wow. All right, so I wasn't expecting us to see another game mode being able to control the train. Too cool. Okay, so then yeah, I will adjust this one because the Apple II seemed a little bit off because you didn't have the joystick control. It was possible they were playing the cracked version, but I'm going to say for the fault of that, let's say 3 stars, just around average for the Apple II version, but I'll say for Track Attack on the Atari, yeah, we'll say 3.5 for this one. Of all the games you could play. If we can get to that side-scrolling platform mode, then I might get this 4 stars. That'd be really cool to play that, because you wouldn't be able to experience this right now. What do you think of that? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, challenging, definitely. I see a lot of 3.5s from the chat. Still lots of fun, though. Really, really fun. All right, it's time to put our video game playing on pause. Be sure to check out next episode where Mattel's M Network is going to port over another game to our Atari VCS. And for the very first time, we have an arcade staple that's officially coming home. That's it for today, and like I always say, time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.